Yo, welcome back to the JP podcast. Today's vibe is more chill, more laid back. Like we're just gonna be sitting here talking to you guys, talking real, talking unfiltered, anything that's going through, and talking about what I'm going through right now, or what's been going through my mind for a little bit. So this week's been pretty good. I've been working more, training more clients, which I love. I love. It's something I love to do. Workouts are great. Definitely needed the push that I needed this week was needed, and I'll tie it in this episode of what I did. But usually, yeah, just was doing my own things. Didn't get a chance to golf this week, which kind of sucks. But some weeks are better because like it rained. I live in Arizona, and it rained like the last 3 weeks. Just some kind of like tropical storm, I guess, and like it just piled on. Because I went to my local golf course, and it was just flooded. So I think now it should be decent, but I'm trying to wait probably till next week to hit some rain session, and then obviously try to hit tee time with my buddy. We're gonna try to link up for that. But yeah, so let's get right into it though now. So I've been thinking lately the saying locked in 24/7. So this episode is gonna be trying to relate with gym, my hobbies of golf, and then obviously how gym and life work as one for me, maybe it does for you, or just lifestyle in general of just this could relate with that in that aspect. But when I mean locked in 24/7, I feel like we've all been there. Like I've been there, and maybe you have too. It's just staying focused, grinding, hustling, executing, but keeping it on. That switch is always on. Like we're locked in. Like the saying, like lock in, and that can be with everything. Like I said, like workouts, meal preps, training, goals you want to hit, like all those things, at a point we have to lock in, and like if we want to attain those goals or reach those goals, the saying lock in makes sense. If we gotta like stick with it, get through it, good times, bad times, as long as we're staying with it, we got this. And then like we get to that point of like if we don't hit those perfectly, the goals, the weights, the meal preps, all those, we start to feel guilty of and we start to get down on ourselves of like, oh wow, like I'm supposed to be locked in, but I'm not locked in at the same time. And we live like that. And I'm trying to be better at it now. Like, not living by that standard of if I don't get something done, if I don't hit a goal, like don't be too hard on yourself or hard on myself of like, I still got some time to hit those goals, to hit those meals, hit the workouts, all those things, etc., etc., etc. And honestly, that locking in 24/7 it didn't break me is not the right word, but like it nearly like tore me down a little bit of like what I'm doing. Should I just throw in the towel, or should I just not try as hard as I should be doing like I am now if I'm gonna fall short. But like I always say, there's gonna be some segments about this overall topic of locking in 24/7, and how my own opinion is that I don't think we should be locked in all the time. It's time to have some freedom, forgiveness of what we do. But yeah, let's get right into it now. And here we go. So the always on mentality. The always on mentality is something I've dealt with for a while. I was always locked in. I was always on. Like the light switch, the on or off button, it was never off. When I started to really focus on my fitness journey, like the newbie me, like the new, like when I first started working out, all those, strict diets, like everything strict to a T of just my idea of it was I'm being disciplined because I'm not stopping. I'm being disciplined of not, falling astray from what I'm trying to get to at any cost. Like this could be tracking every gram of protein that I'm eating, waking up earlier so I have the whole day to do stuff instead of, sleeping in and feeling groggy, hitting my workouts before after work, or hitting them after I'm so dead after work. And then now, as it's come more into like filming content after work, or filming content in general, just getting my content out there and like not, slacking off on those kind of things. But the first story though I have is that when I first started, body recomping, you could say, changing my body up, because I was always like a skinny kid, but like skinny fat was, I put myself into that category of like, I wasn't like chubby, but I was like skinny, but I still had some fat and some muscle, but not as much muscle as I like to have. So what I did is I had done my first, mock cut, you would say, of like, meal preps. and getting everything in. And oh my gosh, it was like, I did not know what I was doing. Looking at social media posts of like how other coaches do it, talking to some buddies who have done somewhat of like a body recomp, but like not really like in a good, like not doing it like the correct way. So I was just like eating what felt like lettuce, chicken, and rice, and that was it, and like small portions. And looking back at it now, it's like, now the knowledge I know now, like, yes, those are cutting foods, but I'm not. That's when I wasn't doing like a show or anything. So I was like, why am I sacrificing good meals when I could be in moderation having meals that I could enjoy, that I could make with healthier alternatives? So now when I do like recomps of my own self now, because I'm not doing a show not until probably 2 years from now, is I'm just gonna have everything in moderation. If I want something, I'll find a substitute. If I can't find a substitute, I'll eat it, but I'll obviously have to pay the price with doing either eating less calories of one meal because I have to make it up for the other meals and all those things, or working out harder or doing cardio. But right now, cardio is not. I don't want to do cardio right now. Cardio's not the factor. I get my steps in, so that's how I think right now. Hot take is that if I get my steps in, cardio right now, don't need it. And when I first tried to do all that, I was like, nah. I was like, dude, this sucks. Like, I do not know what I'm doing. Clearly don't know how to get a food scale, first of all. Clearly weigh out your food, measure it out, get the right portion size, because before I was like, oh, I'm just going to eyeball it and see if it's right. And usually 5 out of 10 times, I was always wrong. Or I was always right. No, I was always my portion size were terrible. I was always like 1 ounce short of everything. And when I did that, it was like, yes, we're going the right tracks. Yes, we're doing everything. We're always on. Like eating my meals, my 6 meals a day. At a point, it got to a point where I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so repetitive. This is like this routine. I'm like, and I love routine, but I'm like eating the same meals day after day after day of the same meal. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting like the ick or like sick of what I'm eating because it's really the same thing over and over and over for like 4 months. See, I was proud of it until I started getting exhausted of it, because what tended to happen is that one morning, I was having my breakfast, my oats, protein oats, overnight oats, if you could say, egg whites, and I looked at my gym bag before, cause I was gonna work out right after, cause my pre-workout meal, and I did not want to go. Like I just felt like so exhausted of like eating these meals for 4 months. I do not want to go to the gym. I do not want to work out. And that's when I realized that burnout isn't subtle. It comes out. It'll hit at the randomest times. Like, and that's when that hit me, is just, doing all my meals, doing all the prep work. And then it hit me one morning of me literally eating my meal, looked at my bag, and I told myself, dude, I do not want to go to the gym. But I did. And that's where it changed a little. That's where like that, always on. It's okay to always be on, but it's, you need sometimes so you don't have it on. Okay, now let me just paint you a picture of somewhat of like, a day in the life of a week of that I had when, the meals were going, the prepping, all that, and then I did not want to go. So here's like a week of a picture of how it went down. So Monday, chest day, universal chest day. Everyone does chest on Monday. It's a thing, I think. Well, I think, at least I think it is, because whenever I go to work out on Mondays, everyone's doing chest. All the benches are taken. Chest day, it was amazing. Energy was high. Pump was ridiculous. All the good. Tuesday, back day. Coach has me work on my width and getting a little thickness, and also same thing. Pump was crazy. Energy was also still pretty high. Wednesday started to come by though. Wednesday was usually my Wednesdays are leg days, and I love leg days. People hate leg days, I guess. I love them, but that's when I started to realize that's when like midweek hump day. Like middle of the week, energy started to feel a little down. It started dropping. The breakfast not tasting as great as it used to taste. Like just tasting the same meal over and over and over. It started to taste like cardboard, but it is what it is. Thursday, we did shoulders and arms. The pump was great. It was still there, focused was still there. But usually, like, it was all there. But, like, it took me a little more, like, focusedness to get everything moving, rolling. In the pump, it was good, but, it felt like crap because I was just, energy was dropping. I could feel it from Wednesday. Now Thursday came by. And then by Friday, because I usually work out Monday through Friday, and I've worked Monday through Friday, but Friday, just work was great. I have to like put a face on, like don't want to show my clients, what I'm going through or like that I'm down, but I was down. My energy literally felt like it hit like a gas tank, like full on empty. Like I was on E, just full on, just dead. See, I was just before my workout. I vividly remember I was in my car, drinking my pre-workout before I wanted to hit my second leg day, and just trying to listen to some music to like get me hyped up, get me pumped up. Still nothing. See, I could go in and have that zero willpower, but I went in. I hit my workout. It was not the best at all. It was, it felt like I was going through the motions of I'm here, and those people who are like, oh, if I show up to the gym, it counts. But like I know, like when I look back at it now, I was like, yo, I showed up, but I wasn't fully there. I was there, but I wasn't there at the same time. If you know what I'm, if you know, like you're somewhere, but you don't feel like you're there. Like you're not present. I wasn't present, and all my intentions of my workout, my purpose for my workout, all not there. It was all like dog crap. Like I was slacking behind, not really focusing on, targeting my muscles I want to target for my leg day. But it happens to all of us. It's just bound to happen. We just energy starts to deplete, and for me, it was when prep started happening in the beginning, and then I had to shift my mental space to a different head track. But when the weekends came, usually I did cardio back then, just to get it in because I did every day was cardio. But those days were primarily strictly cardio days. But my weekend, I skipped. I skipped for the first time in like a couple months because I was trying to like dive down, get my cardio up, get my fat burning state up. But like at a point I was like, I'm done. Like I don't want to do this anymore. So I just skipped it. And as I skipped it, the things I wanted to do or the things that I did during that month or two that I skipped is that I napped, I doom scrolled, and I was just watching Netflix, Hulu, any kind of like streaming platform, YouTube, just to cope or like forget about or just put aside the fitness of doing cardio on my days that I don't want to be there or days that I'm starting to feel down, I'm starting to feel sluggish. Yeah, I'm not going. There's no need for me to go, even though there was a point for me to go. But I look back at it now, and I see what I did was, it has its pros and cons, like pros, you get a reset for a little bit, you get to get your head straight. Mental health is always important. Cons are, like I had a goal that I wanted to get to, and then with me skipping sometimes it set back my goals. I've set back aside my main goal or my main objective by the date I wanted to get everything done by. The date I wanted to be like, at this date, this is what I should be at. Clearly, I did not get there. It was a little later. And then another thing, it just happened to be that by skipping some cardio days, what happened was I just wasn't fully there. And if you've been there, if you are going through that right now, like it's perfectly fine. Like you're allowed to skip because we all have weeks that we don't want to, like we don't feel it. And it's okay to have those weeks, like, because we're not perfect. We're human. We have emotions, and it's a part of how we grow, I guess. That's how I think, because it shows me, like, my body was telling me you need a rest, or my body was telling me, not this week. You're depleting your body. You're using it in a good way, because if you're depleting, and if you feel like, not quitting, but if you feel like you've, like, exerted so much and you have to skip. And when I did that, it felt amazing because then I came back with a clear mindset of, okay, just push yourself to your point and just don't go overboard, but obviously everything with intention, everything with a purpose. And let me tell you, after that workout, when I hit the gym, it would be a chest day Monday, yeah. So after I did that, coped, reflected on everything in my head of that. Don't let this one bad thing be like a ruiner for everything and just get back up. It's okay to rest. That chest day, the pump, crazy. I was sore. I have not been sore for that long in a while since like I first started working out. Like the whole chest, all the muscle fibers I felt, and it was amazing. So what I want to take here, the keynote is it's okay to step back because stepping back is the move that moves us forward. So if we need to take a rest, if we need to skip a day or two, do it, but come back stronger And you'll see that sometimes, not all the times, I'm not trying to preach or like say if you, you know, leave the gym for 3 months and come back, you'll be stronger. No, remember, you still gotta work out. You still gotta focus on yourself and all that. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes when we push ourselves so far, our body tends to tell us, take a rest day, or it's okay to skip today and just, do nothing. Or just spend time with family, friends, whatever, but don't work out. And then you'll see the results usually. But I'm not saying everybody had the same story. But for me, when I came back, I felt stronger. And it helped me move forward of knowing that it's okay to take rest. It's okay to skip. Don't feel guilty about it. So next is seasons in the gym and life. So there's three parts. So for gym aspect, there's three things that I do. There's a bulking stage, there's a cutting phase, and there's a maintenance phase. And how all these relate to life. So they all have their purposes. For me, bulking is the state where I'm not lazy. I'm not trying to be lazy and just cheat on like eating junk food 24/7 or eating out. It's more of eating healthier whole foods but bigger portions and trying to gain a little fluff, trying to gain a little mass, as well as lift heavier, be happier. Cause my nutrients, I'm getting all of it. Just because I have my calories right now for me, for what I'm at is it's usually 2,800 to like 3,000 calories a day is what I try to reach for on my bulking stages. Is like I'm trying to eat as much food because my stomach tends to enlarge because I'm eating more food and I'm trying to keep it all in, trying to use it, store it as energy, store a little fat, but make a lot of muscle with that. When it comes to cutting though, cutting is more just body recomp, halving the portion calories of if I'm having 2,800 to 3,000 calories. I cut it down to the lowest I do if I do shows. It's my coach has me do 1,500 calories, but we slowly go down. So like it's from anywhere from 1,500 start up to 2,000 calories a day, and that's more of shredding, toning up my body, trying to reduce the fat, and try to keep as much muscle on my body. This stage though of life is for me is like you gotta stay patient. You gotta stay with it because results don't come overnight. You eat the right meals, the diet's all good, the strength training's all good, the cardio's all good. All of it will work as one trifecta. But the thing that I had to realize for this part of my stage is that just because you're not having enough, meals, nutrients in your body, I felt brain fog. I felt annoyed real easily. I felt, sluggish, unmotivated. Like I was consistent with everything, but like the things that I felt were like things that wow, like it sucks, but like I'm putting myself through this. I put myself through this, so I can't be bad mouthing about the whole cutting because no one's forcing me to do it. I'm doing it myself, and I have to take accountability of that. Like you're gonna feel brain fog. You're gonna feel sluggish. You're gonna feel annoyed by people saying something to you that you might not agree with or you might not like, but you can't yell at them or backlash at them like your idea is stupid or anything, like none of that. You should take it and be peaceful, be patient, just calm down. And that's what I started to like deal with when my cutting phase got more closer and closer to lower calories, is that I started to feel annoyed, anxious, overwhelmed, and just very like crappy to people because I was like, don't want to blame the cut, but like the nutrients wasn't there, so I was not having the right amount of like foods in my body. So I apologize to anybody that I might have offended, yelled at. I am now that I've done a cut before, I know how I've grown from it. I've learned my lessons of we all are going through our own crap. So why am I yelling at you for something that I don't know what you're going through. I don't know your background, but yeah, I've learned from that. It's like if I have something to say, don't say it. If it's not nice, don't say it. And that's what I've come to realize. Of usually when I did my cut, I would just blab out my mouth. I would be like, "Oh, that's stupid." That's like, then I'm like, "Holy crap!" I said that out loud. And then now I'm like, next can I do? Not gonna do that. If it's not nice to say, I'm not gonna say it at all. Then maintenance. Maintenance is after the cut and before the bulk. Is that you're just trying to maintain all your weight, maintain the physique you have. So like summer, perfect example. Summer shredding is a lot of people tend to want to look fit during summer because vacation. They go to the beaches, go to the beaches, go like on vacations, like fancy vacations, and they want to show their six pack or they want to show their body out to other people. You do you, you do you. Honestly, it's cool in the beginning because like after you cut, you're shredded down to like a lean body fat percentage or a lean body mass. But I do fall for it still. Like when summer comes, not this summer. This summer was a little different. I did not care. Like I'm trying to get fluffy, so it's very like reversed of like winter time supposed to be like fluffing up, summertime supposed to be shredding. I don't know who made that rule, but it's like been a thing I've heard a lot. But this year I was like, I'm not. No, I'm gonna get fluffy. So I have a stomach a little bit. Not my genetics are weird for me that my 4-pack at least always shows. Sometimes the 6-pack shows if I don't eat enough. Sorry, but I don't care about my physique. I know what I'm capable of getting to because I got to it at one point. So I don't need to prove anybody that summer comes I'm gonna shed or summer comes I want to be shirtless. No, because I don't need to seek validation from other people because I've done that and it's great and all, but like it didn't fix anything. Like, yes, I was shredded. Yes, I got compliments, but I'm like, why am I seeking validation from other people? Why am I not just grateful for the body that I have and the goals or the mission that I made to get to that physique, not showing people my 6-pack, 8-pack, or whatever, like my lean body mass, my tone muscle stretch, my striations, my shoulders, my quad definition, like none of that. Like I don't need to seek validation anymore. Like I know what I'm capable of getting to because I've accomplished it before, so I do not need to show anyone else because it's me being my ego's not in check. Like it's okay to be like confident, but there's a point where like I was just not my ego is just way high. And I hated that because I look in the gym and I see a lot of people who are like trying to get fit, trying to get better, trying to live a healthier lifestyle. And I don't get it. Because I've never been in that situation of, being a little more on the plus size. But like those people who are in the gym, the pluser, like the bigger people, I respect them so much because they inspire me. Like you could literally, have the mindset of, oh, I'm too far gone. Or why even try? Because my client last week told me about the whole because I train an older gentleman. He's a little more like on the bigger side, and then there was another member that was there at the same time I was training him, and she was like a little bigger too. But he was telling me like he's also impressed because bigger people tend to feel more like insecure about going to the gym, seeing all the fit people, the chicks in leggings, sports bras that are just showing everything, like no modesty, I guess. And then the dudes that wear the tanks that are not really tanks, are just full on like stringers basically, but like homemade. You know what I'm talking about? Like you get a shirt, you cut off the sleeves, make them like tank tops basically. You done in high school probably, but you cut it all the way down, and they're just showing like their nipples and all that, and they're showing everything. I'm like, okay, cool, dude. Like, just wear a tank top or wear a pump cover. Like, and he told me like he was the one who said like, yeah, like usually. Because he's a bigger guy, and he was saying, yeah, mad respect, inspirational, because usually the thought process is that I'm not going. Too far gone. There's no point in me going. There's all these cute, attractive people there that got their results, but they've never been this size, or like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that really got to me because they're not seeking validation. Like they're locked in, but like they're there for themselves and to prove themselves that I don't want to look this way anymore. And instead of taking the easy way out of taking some kind of shot, taking some kind of pill or whatever crap you want to take, they're actually showing up and putting in the work to actually get the results they want to see. And to me, that's inspiring. That is like incredible because they are the ones that are taking the initiative of they want to live a healthier lifestyle. They want to lose the correct pounds on their own terms, not from a stupid shot. Like if you take a shot, unless you're like diabetic, perfectly fine. But like the people that take those Ozempic shots just because they want to get fit, like, it's like that's like someone taking steroids. Sorry for this opinionated thing, but if you're taking steroids and you don't work out, do you expect to see results? Like, do you expect to get like jacked? No. People who take steroids still have to work out and they're still putting in that time, the consistency, that dedication of working out. If you take a shot, a pill to lose weight, you're doing the shortcut. You're going the shorter route. Instead of going the whole 9 yards of, I'm starting at this weight. My goal is to get to this weight, and see your progress go little by little by little. And you'll feel 10 times better about the accomplishments you've got because it wasn't from a stupid shot. It was actually from you actually working out, staying with your routine, staying with your schedule, staying with your program, and it builds what you do from the gym will also come into your own life of what you're doing will flip and roll over to your lifestyle of your common life of like diet, making sure when I work out, this is what I eat. It rolls over when you do your own thing, meal prep, Sundays, go shopping, grocery shopping, get all the whole foods, cut the junk food. But you can have junk food once in a while. I'm not saying don't have it. Everything comes in moderation. As long as you know what to get at like the fast food places, it's okay. So what I do though is I content. So there's different seasons. There's seasons where I'm posting nonstop. I was posting. Like it was mainly just gym stuff. Just going at it. And at a point, I started to get burnt out of like, I don't know what to create. I don't know what to do. I need to look at the trends. I need to research all like the what's popping right now, what's working, what's not working. And then like a couple weeks, I was like, I can't. Like I need to take a rest of time off of posting anything, but still doing my research from the backside and like still living. And I did that. And then I came back. I started posting more because I think I was just going too much in the beginning, just posting too much. And I felt like more of like a overwhelmed of I gotta post like this certain amount of content out before I can do anything else. But now it's more I post 3 times a week at least, but making sure I get 3 times, not doing the whole 7 days a week because I was just burning out my body of just like trying to figure out different things, trying to recycle old footage, old content, and making it look newer or making it look things that I want to tell everybody on my platforms. But something I want to tell you is that back to the time off, like taking a week off. Like, do you ever feel guilty about taking time off or taking a week off? If it's either, gym or vacation or whatever. Because I'll be honest, I've been there. When I first started working out, I never took a rest day. I was working out 7 times a week. 7 times a day. 7 times a week. 7 times a week. Like, I was working every day, Monday through Sunday. Because, I did not think rest days did not exist. It was me, like, pushing my body. So I did like a push, pull, leg, like that kind of thing when I first started working out. Push, pull, leg, cardio. Push, pull, leg, full body. Never took a rest day because I always thought taking time off was not good for me. Or I did not know how to take time off because I was like, oh my gosh. Back in my head was saying, you gotta go to the gym. Like, you're gonna lose your muscle, you're gonna lose your gains, you're gonna lose everything. Fat's gonna go back up. All the nonsense of like when you first start working out. Like I'm the type of person that if I'm doing something, I'm going all in or nothing. Like so, like when I first start working out, all in or nothing. I'm going 7 times a week, taking my pre-workout meals, hitting it, coming home next day, repeat. But it's not until I started to feel burnt out, started getting hurt because I'm not taking obviously the right amount of rest days. And just started to feel just fatigued, sluggish, of just, this isn't fun anymore. Like, I'm not enjoying my time at the gym that I should be enjoying. Because that's just, an hour and a half of me just working out, therapy, or just relaxing my brain, like taking everything aside and pushing everything out the door and just coming here to the gym. But both of these seasons matter. You see, like, seasons of staying with it, seasons of, sticking to the plan, sticking with it till you reach your goal or till you get to what you want to get to, whatever your goals are, preferences are, perfect. And then the seasons of, laying back, staying more quiet, just being your own self, not telling everybody your business, because both of them are progress, because they both have their own ideas of what they want you to do. First one is it wants us to thrive, wants us to like start from a place, get to that place until, I hope though, like you don't feel like that sensation of like the burnout feeling, but like it gets us to that moment of time of like, all right, time to lay back a little bit, time to rest, time to take some time off and just focus on other things, other priorities, and just, do those for now, come back. And like I said, remember, it's okay to step back, because stepping back, it is also moving us forward. It could be getting us better gains, could be getting us better mental health, could be getting us more time to rest, spend time with family, spend time with friends. But now let's talk about burnout, because like I said, I've been burnt out from posting, from meals, from everything, from the gym, and it's not fun. Like I said, train 7 days a week. Why? Because I was new to it. like I said, all in or nothing. Filming every day, filming content, I try to like get as much content on my phone, my camera, anything I could take content of, I'll do it. I did it. Editing at night, editing videos, footage from the night before or days before, trying to get that done. Too much caffeine, I'm just like, this one, still doing. But I'm trying to lay back from it. Because usually I have freaking pre-workout and then a drink, and that's like 600 milligrams of caffeine. I'm like, that's too much. Like, I need to cut back. So, over-caffeinated, and that's not good for my heart, obviously. I know, and you can write in the comments, too. Because training 7 times a week, filming every day, editing at night, drinking too much caffeine, like, I thought I was disciplined. But turns out I was miserable. Like, it's just, those are not the ways to go. A story I have is that when I started to feel burnt out, I was just sitting in my car. I got off work one day earlier than normal, sitting in my car, about to go home, get my pre-workout to work out, just staring at a red light and thinking to myself, I'm supposed to love this, but why do I feel empty? Let me say that again. I literally said to myself, thinking to myself, I'm supposed to love this, but why do I feel empty? And I asked myself that question, and I did not get it. I couldn't respond to it because I was like, I go to the gym to work out myself, mental and physical body. But back then, lately, when I felt burnt out, I felt empty. As if, why am I even doing this? What is the purpose? And that's when I told that, and I was like, oh my gosh. The reason why you feel empty is because you literally have nothing else better to do. You're training 7 times a week, buddy. Like, knock it off. Like, you need at least 2 days of rest, at least. You're trying to make every edit perfect and precise, and, no. And then caffeine. Caffeine, sorry, that's going to have to stay, but I know. So I'm supposed to get rid of some caffeine. But the lesson that I'm getting to learn from that story is that if you chase perfection, it kills your passion. So like the perfection of me training 7 times a week, it made me not want to work out. Like, why do I love this? Or why do I want to go? Filming every day, that I can do. But when it comes to the second part, editing every night, I try to make every video perfect and precise when now all I care about is being authentic and true. Of like, if I have mess ups, I post it. If I screw up, if I stutter, I post it. Because it's how I'm talking right now. Is like, it's not going to be all clean. It's not going to be all buttered up. I'm not no actor. I'm just talking to you guys. If it relates, it relates. It's that simple. So again, the lesson I learned is that chasing perfection kills your passion. So don't be perfect. Like, it's okay not to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm like probably like far beyond perfect. I'm so like not like perfect at all, and it's not killing my passion anymore. I'm actually enjoying what I do again. I love filming. I love editing because I'm getting better at my editing skills are getting better. They're not the greatest, but they're getting better. Working out 5 times at least. 5 times. That's it. 2 days off every week. What 2 days? Whatever days I feel sore. Sometimes even more. If I really have a good week, that it is what it is. Some small habits that help me at least. Or obviously I golf, so like duo rounds with my buddy. Just to take the ease off everything. Do my rounds with him. Hit some shots. Go to the driving range. Don't care about the score. Just really focus on my technique. Drives, to where I just drive and just like clear my mind. Listen to some podcasts, and just thinking of reflecting on myself. Early mornings usually like try to 7 a.m. at least. Some days at 6, wake up, don't go on the phone, just relax and just sit in silence. Sounds weird, but yeah, sounds spooky, but yeah, sit in silence of start my day off. No doom scrolling. See, these 3 things, why these small habits helped me. See, these 3, they have their purposes in my life, round sessions, driving range, clear my mind, and it's like the gym, it just puts me in a zone where I gotta slow down my heart and I gotta focus one shot at a time and not worry about the past shots, not worry about hitting a bad slice or hitting a bad shot and just, bouncing back and just moving forward. Drives and thinking and listening to podcasts, literally by myself. I'm alone for those and it's just peaceful. I'm in my own head, talk to myself like I'm talking to myself right now, third person, just saying, you're doing great, just keep it up. What you're going through, other people are probably going through as well. And then the no phones in the morning. it's actually helped a lot because now I don't get overstimulated in the morning of, seeing stupid videos on TikTok, social media, or Instagram, whatever you choose to use. But like those videos, I'm like, I feel like I've lost a brain cell. Like the things you see on there, I'm like, I've lost so many brain cells. And it just starts my day off great because I'm not glued to my phone. Because I still fall to blame for it. After my morning, work, glued to my phone, looking at it, waiting for response, waiting for everything, text, emails, all that. Never losing it until the morning when I am off it for like 10 minutes, and then eat my breakfast, go to work, repeat. But what I want to say is that rest, people have a bad stigma of putting rest as like being lazy, doing nothing. But rest isn't doing nothing. You see, it's filling your tank so you can actually perform later. Or like I say, that if your glass ain't full, how can you fill someone else's? If your glass is half empty or half full, can't fill someone else's. So those rest days are days that we need to rest our body to recover from both stress, anxiousness, overwhelmed feelings, all those kind of things. And it is doing something. It's not doing nothing. It's doing something. It's helping us actually fill our tanks so we can use it and perform later. There's gym and how it equals life mirror, basically how they both compare to each other, how they combine each other and work as one. For me, so if my mind's cluttered, if I'm overwhelmed, you know what I do? I lift heavy weights in a safe manner of using those thoughts, using those clutterness of my head, and to push myself. When life's chaotic, it ties into my workouts tend to be sloppy because I'm not focused on what I'm doing. I'm focused on my how life's been what's happening in my life right now. When everything's peaceful, everything flows. It's like water. Like I feel zen. I feel with nature. Or I just feel peaceful. Story time is that when life was chaos and I showed up in the gym, is that a relative of mine, passed away. They were also older, and in my culture, I guess, or what my family's been told, or what we do is everyone's an uncle, everyone's an auntie. But I think I think he was my uncle, my actual uncle, not the whole auntie uncle thing. But I didn't know, I knew him sort of, but our family was really close. Families in California, we were all close. We knew each other. We went to Christmas parties, New Year's parties, and then I was working out at the gym one day, and then I got a random text message from I think it was my mom about this relative passed away, and I was doing legs, and all of a sudden mind was blurred a little bit, so I started to lift heavier, see if it would push away that sensation for a little bit, just because I'm trying to work out and try to do my thing, but it didn't work. So then the workout started to get sloppy. I started to be dragging, just going through the motions, not really focusing on pushing myself. And then I broke down a little bit of why, even though they're all why. Death is so touchy, but as a Christian now, it's I've learned to realize yes, flesh and bone, yes, they're gone, but spiritually they're not. But for the longest time, it was so hard to comprehend that because I've lost some people in my life that before I met the gym, that I was in denial of why are you taking them? Why are they gone? Just why? They should be here with me now and forever. Sorry that got off top, but yeah, I was just now I'm more yes, their flesh and bone is gone. Their presence here is gone right now, but physically they're gone, but spiritually they're always with you. They're always going to be here for you. But yeah, what I just broke down, just full on, just crashed out and just was hey, this is not good. So I was in denial of losing another family member. But I had some friends who picked me up and told me you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be fine. And then that's when I started to feel at ease, some peace of just people are in my corner, people got my back, and everything just felt calm again. Nothing was pounding in my head, nothing was going off the walls. It was just peaceful, silence. And that was it for that part. Sorry about that. Sorry for getting a little sad for a second. But now, peace era. So right now, I think I am in my peace era. You see, I'm training hard, and I do not feel guilty if I miss a day. If I miss 2 days. I eat clean, and I also enjoy the meals I eat out in moderation. Try to find healthier options, obviously, alternatives. I chase my goals, but not to the extent of my peace. Let's see. Story time for my peace era. So, yeah, before I would want to hit my workouts, Buddy texts me, you want to hang out? Oh, sorry, I can't. I'm working out. Now, it's different. Now, if someone says they want to hang out and I'm supposed to hit the gym, I will request to not hit the gym and I'll hang out with some friends. Because I don't want to be stuck in that same loop of I have to hit the gym 7 times, 6 times a week, 6 days a week, like not that, or 6 to 7 days a week. No, I'm gonna sacrifice it because I know like if I miss a day, it's not gonna hurt me. I'll come back the next day. I'll bounce back up, and I'd rather focus on the present, focus on my life, and just being present in the moment of if a friend wants to hang out, I'll hang out with them. If a friend wants to go see a movie, more than welcome to go see a movie with them. I'm not gonna sacrifice things that are good for me, because those people matter to me more than just my gym physique or my gym goals. Because if I just have gym goals, yes, it's amazing. It's my purpose. It's my passion. But you also gotta let loose and be like, I don't want to be known just as the gym guy. Like seriously, I feel like no one wants to be known just as the gym guy. They want to be known as someone like accountable, like consistent, like that. Well, that will show up for someone if they need to be showing up for. If someone's going through some trouble, if they text you and you're not going to be making some excuse of, oh, I can't, I'm working out, or oh, I can't, and don't explain yourself. Like, show up to your friends, show up to your family, show up to people who care about you, because you don't know how much time you have. You don't know how much time you have to see people we like, to see people we love. And that's where that'll end right there. It's just that discipline. Discipline is not just, hitting my workouts, hitting all that, etc., etc., etc. See, discipline is knowing when to pull back from certain things and pushing towards others. Social media lies to all of us. All you see is the happy highlight reels, happy everything, nothing sad, all the perfection of what you got. You see the no days off is everywhere. That culture, everywhere. Which I'm like, cool and all, but like, it's such a lie. Like, I feel like all we see is the happy moments. Because I'm 110% positive that most people that are showing all the posting on their social media platforms, they gotta be burnt out behind the scenes. Like, they gotta be in the same boat that I was, or same feeling as most of us. At a point we post content and we get overwhelmed, anxious of what do I post next, and they start to feel burnt out. But once they post on the camera, it's all happy, giggly moments of this is what I did. But I swear, if you were to be next to them and turn off the camera, they'd probably be burnt out a little bit. I've never seen it though, but I feel like that has to happen, because I feel like we all go through that. Like, when I post my content about like a perfect leg day or a perfect day in the life of what I do, showing my happy side, not showing anything like bad, ugly, or any of that crap. Sometimes I skip workouts, and it's because of the burnout. I've been there. It's okay. We've all been there. Just because I feel like social media is such a lie. Like, it's just all we see is just the perfect. I don't think I've ever seen maybe one or two like big influencers show like the struggles they deal with after they post, or the struggles they deal with off camera. Like, all I see is just them showing sponsorship ads, paid promotions of this is what I'm going through, or this is this product, yada yada yada, or look at my life and how I'm doing, like thriving. Like, I want to bet you all that they are miserable off camera. They might be showing a fake facade to all of us, and like all we see is like the good, but there's got to be the bad and ugly. It all comes together, the good, bad, and the ugly. Like, there has to be that. But all we see again are just happy moments, the sunshine and rainbows. Sorry, but that's what I want to get at. It's like, comparison is a trap. You see, we like we said, we don't see the quiet and messy days. Like, I fall through it. I show sometimes a fake self on my social media platforms because, I feel that's how the algorithm works right now. No one wants to see bad days, or days where you are just not relevant to, like, be happy. I feel like no one wants to go on their social media page and see, like, bad news. Like, it's never, like, that's not no one's first go-to. But I feel like it's also real. Like, it's being authentic of, like, oh, this person is basically they're spilling their whole life. And I guess some people don't want to spill their whole life because they want some mystery too still in their life. But if we compare ourselves to each other, it's a trap. Back to it. So what locked in really means? See, locked in really means consistency is greater than perfection. You got to push yourself when it matters and pull back when it's needed. Step back when you have to. Don't force anything along to. So, first time I actually did all this. Put all these goes. Consistency over perfection. Push when it matters. Step back when I needed. It was really gym and friends. So, yes, I'm consistent with the gym, and I don't want to be perfect at it. But when a moment happens, friends wanted to hang out, I just aborted the gym and just hanged out with my friends. It's not easier said than done. Like, I literally did it. Like, I did not feel guilty at all. Back then, old me would be like, holy crap, what are you doing? Just say you'll catch him up later, or not tonight, or some random excuse of why you can't go. Because I felt so guilty of not hitting my workout and just not getting the pump I wanted to get. I always chase the pump. And that's the time when I started not to feel guilty of, I'm taking a rest day to go hang with friends. And it didn't cause any like heart palpitations or overthinking in my head of, you're skipping the gym today? What are you doing? None of that. So the takeaways I want you to get is if you're running on empty, just slow down. Don't quit. Quitting's not the option. But give your time some space to come back, and you'll see yourself move 10 times forward than you were when you were stuck or in the situation you're in or the thoughts you were having. Because you see, this lesson changed the way I train, changed the way I work, and changed the way I live my life today. But yeah, still love the grind. I still love the gym. But now I found peace of not feeling burnt out or burning myself out. But yes, this is the JP Podcast. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, share it with someone who's been running on empty. If you like this, I would love you to subscribe, like, comment, share to someone who needs this.